not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. I need an angel after what you did, 'cause you were the devil, you messed with my head. You lied to my mother, you lied to my friends. You said that you'd be there, but this never ends. Not in this century. Don't wake me up, 'cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost. You're just a ghost inside my head. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. 'Cause you're just a ghost inside my head. You're just a ghost, you're never there. You're just a memory on my lips. You're just a ghost inside my head. Oh, you're just a ghost inside my head. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? Are you happy now?
much for joining me today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope the weather is as perfect by you as it is by me here up in Northern Illinois. It is a perfect fall day. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. It is like in the cool, crisp 50s Fahrenheit. It's beautiful. We woke up this morning. We actually had to turn the heat on in the house because it was a little chilly. It's like warm and it's kind of cool and it's a little bit damp outside. I think it rained overnight, so it's got that nice crisp, like foggy, cool air to it. It's just wonderful. This is my favorite time of the year, and I am so excited that fall is finally arrived. I hope the weather is as beautiful by you as it is by me, and I'd love to hear more about it, so make sure you pop into chat and let me know how it is. Today we are going to be working on our t-shirt table runner. I'm loving this project. I'm not a big fan of t-shirt quilts. You guys know this. If you watch the channel, you know that I'm not a huge fan of t-shirt quilts. I have a really hard time hanging on to someone else's memories. The responsibility of that, it really weighs down on me, and my lack of skill levels and things like that. I just don't have enough confidence in myself to be able to usually work with this. Now, we are working with a t-shirt quilt today. This is for a friend of mine, and the only reason I agreed to do this one was because I had done one for them in the past, and I can't say yes to one and no to the other. So we are working on table runners, though. These are not actually going to be quilts because we don't have enough t-shirts to make a full-size quilt. So we're going to make table runners. We have 2 table runners going right now. We might end up with 3 depending on how many pieces we have, but this first one here is a Christmas table runner. The blocks are going to be, I wrote it down on the post-it note back here, 10 by 10 for these Christmas quilt, and then the zoo animal print quilt is going to be 13 by 13 inch blocks. So today we've already went ahead and we've stabilized our pieces. We've trimmed them to size. Now today what we need to do is we have these little pieces that we cut out from the sleeves, and we're going to need to attach these pieces to the main block. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I've been messing with the machine a little bit today, and I think we're going to be using a hem stitch to put those together. It might also be called a blanket stitch. I'm not 100% sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But we're going to be using what I refer to as a hem stitch all the way around to kind of secure it in place. Now, the last time I did this, I did a rag quilt. So I went ahead and just stitched a 1/4 inch or about a 1/2 inch actually, all the way around the little pieces, and then I just ragged them so that they frayed up. But this time I don't really want to do that because this isn't going to be a rag quilt because it is going to be for a table. So I want to make sure I try and keep it as flat as I can. So that's why we're going to be using that hem stitch today. Let me pop into chat real quick, say hello to everybody that's joined us so far this morning, and then we will get started on this project. First and foremost, though, you guys know I give a very, very special shout out to the very first person in chat who was super early this morning. She popped in there at 9:55 this morning, which is more than 30 minutes before the stream. So good morning, Naomi, to you. I hope you're still with us. If not, that's okay. Thank you so much for popping into chat this morning and saying hello. And for all of you who have joined us, don't forget to tickle that like button for me. It helps YouTube with the algorithms. It helps bring more people into the channel. And we are at 505 subscribers already, which is just so exciting. I'm grateful for each and every one of you, so thank you. So let me pop into chat, say hello individually to each and every one of you, and then we're going to get started with this super fun and exciting project. All right, so let me pop into chat first. Let's see. All right. So Naomi, I said good morning to you. Thank you so much. Hi, Nancy. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Sojourner Tracy, hello, lady. How are you? I hope you're well. She said she wanted to stop in and say hi. She's got some work to do, so she might pop in later. No problem. We appreciate you popping in. Hi, Judy. Good morning. She says, hi, everyone. Hope the day is great for you all. Have to finish the binding of my sister's quilt. Will be done. That is so exciting, Judy. Make sure you post pictures of that on our Facebook group. I love seeing those projects that you guys are working on. It keeps me inspired, and it gives me some great ideas. So I'm really excited for that. Hi, Katie. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. It's so great to see you. Melina, hello. Good morning, Melina. June, hello. Linda, hi. It's so good to see you again. Thank you for coming in today. Susan, hi. Good morning, Susan. I think I may have seen your name in our chat before. If you're a new member, but if you're new to the channel, good morning. Thank you so much. But I may have seen your name pop up before. Ladies and gentlemen, I have family in the house. I've got my sister is joined us for a little bit. Hi, good morning, Tracy. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. My sister Tracy is in chat today. That's exciting. I always love it when family joins me. It's so much fun. Hi, Janet. Janet says, good evening, Danny. Well, Janet, you must be in a different time zone if you're saying good evening. So hello. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. I really appreciate it. Judy says it's a crisp 56 56 here in Georgia. Haven't broke down and turning on the heat just yet. Judy, it was 54 when we woke up this morning, and Mr. Wizard says, babe, I think we need to turn the heat on. It's only 64 degrees in the house, and we've got little dogs, and they kind of get cold easily. So we did pop it on just to get the chill out, but we'll turn it back off here soon. So I understand that. Susan says mid 40s here at 8:30 a.m. in Central Washington State. Wow, that's chilly. That's really, really chilly. Naomi says 71 degrees in SoCal, high of 89 today. Oh, beautiful over there. Absolutely beautiful. So Journey says, hi, Danny. Hello. Tracy says this is going to be cute, cute, cute. Oh, I can't wait. I'm really excited for the zoo one, especially because of the background fabric we picked for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. Good morning, Dawn. Hello, how are you? She says, my cool project's Dawn. Hello, hello, hello. Janet says she's in Western Australia. That is amazing, Janet. Thank you so much for joining me. It's got to be really late over there. What time is it anyway? My goodness. Susan is a sewing veteran. Oh yeah, of course. I'm sure I thought I recognized that name. You know, with as many people that pop in and out of chat, I try to say hello to everybody, and I try to remember everyone's names so that I know who's new and who's not, but every once in a while I get it wrong, so I do apologize for that. But either way, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me today. I am so excited. And if you haven't already seen it, which I think I've posted it to just about everywhere that I could find, I posted our October schedule for live streams. I posted it on our community page on YouTube. I posted it on Instagram. I put it on my Facebook page. I put it on our Facebook page. I even posted it to my own personal Facebook page. I posted it everywhere for everybody to see. So that is our schedule for October. I've already got 2 dates lined up for November. And we do have a special guest coming in October. We have one Saturday stream, and we will have a special guest. I can't tell you who it is, but it's going to be fun. I have not picked out that project just yet, but we're going to get there. Hi, Gladys. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, my goodness, Janice. She says it's 11:37 p.m. there. Well, thank you so much for joining me. If you've got to cut out early, we totally understand, but we really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So like I said before, we're going to be doing what I refer to as a hem stitch. I don't know if that's really the right name for it or not, but it is basically the one that has a straight line and then the zigzags. It's the one that I'm going to be using. I call it a hem stitch. I don't know what you guys refer to it as or what the real name for it is. If you know, put it in chat so that we can all learn, because Lord knows I'm not an expert at this. All right, so I've got the very first one pinned up here, and we're going to go ahead and get started with it. Now, I do know in order to do this, I have to make sure that I have the fabric on the left side of my presser foot. I have the G presser foot on my machine right now. I've been messing around with it a little bit this morning to make sure I knew what I was doing before I turned the camera on. So I've got the G presser foot in there right now. I'm going to be running that right along the edge of these pieces to kind of secure them down. I've got them kind of on an angle. I don't know if you guys can see it right here. I've got them on a little bit of an angle going down here. I thought that was kind of fun, a little bit different. You know me, I'm not really big on straight lines. I kind of like the little weird things here. Blanket stitch. Judy, that's what I thought too, but I wasn't 100% sure. I thought it was called a blanket stitch. Let me do one, and then I'll actually be able to show it to you guys on camera what it looks like, so you guys can tell me what it looks like a little bit better. I did have a scrap piece that I was working with, and now for the life of me, I don't know what I did with it. You guys, I'm losing my mind. I swear. It's like I set things down, and then I don't remember what I did with them. Did I stuff it? No, I didn't stuff it in there. What did I do with it? I had a scrap piece of fabric that I was working with that I sewed another piece to. I don't know. I'm telling you guys, I'm losing my mind. I don't know what is happening to me lately. I swear I had it. What did I do? Did I toss it? No, I didn't toss it. I don't know, guys. Well, you guys will be able to see what it looks like. So it's going crazy. Applique stitch. It could be Dawn. It could be. Hi, Gazella. Good morning. Thank you so much. My sister says she's going to avoid asking questions because she has no idea what language I'm speaking. Don't you worry. You want to ask a question? If you're here to learn, go ahead. Ask a question away. We're happy to help. For those of you who don't know, my sister did not inherit the sewing bug. It's never been her thing. Maybe she wants to learn now. I don't know. Maybe she's just here to support me. Who knows? But either way, it just was not something that ever really interested her before. Maybe it does now. We'll have to wait and see. So, okay. Oh, Gazelle's checking her thimbles. For those of you who are new to the channel, just a reminder that you are earning thimbles for watching today. Thimbles is basically just a points program. As you're watching, you're earning them. As you're participating in chat, you're earning them. And then you can go ahead and pop in and start playing some games. Speaking of oh, Gazelle paid her rent. Yes, yes. Good girl. Congratulations for paying on your rent and for paying it on time. That is awesome. Hem stitch, blanket stitch, potato. Yes, exactly, Tracy. I call it a hem stitch. That's just what I call it. You guys call it whatever you feel like, but that is basically what it is. I'll show it to you guys in a little bit. Kathy, good morning. Hi, Kathy. It's so great to see you. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for joining us today. All right, let's get started. I am so distracted today. It is not even funny. Where is my... Okay. All right, so I've got it all lined up here, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. What are you guys working on? Who else has a really fun fall project that they started working on? I love fall fabrics. You guys have seen me use them a bunch of different times on a bunch of different things. I love fall fabrics. I love the leaves that you can make. Oh gosh, I love it all. It's so much fun. So who's working on a fun fall project that we would love to hear about? All right, here we go. Wish me luck, guys. I hope I don't screw this up. Because the t-shirt quilt is t-shirts are very unforgiving. They don't pull apart very easily, so we gotta kind of work with it a little bit here. Sorry, the music got really loud there for a second. I thought it was our announcement for a new subscriber. It's not, but that's okay. There we go. Now we're getting to somewhere. There we go. Alright, so we are attaching up the little pieces to the big t-shirt blocks. Now these were just little pieces like that were on like the cuff of a sleeve, or they were up here on the arm. These were all t-shirts, but they were long sleeve t-shirts. So there were, some of them had like a thing that ran down the side here. So we grabbed all those because we thought they were really cool. I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to use them just yet. But a lot of times when I do things like that, I'll just kind of attach them to the side. So that's what I am doing right now. I do apologize if I'm ignoring some things in chat. This particular stitch is a little bit temperamental. You really got to make sure you're lining it up against that foot really well, just to make sure everything lines up the way it's supposed to. So I am paying extra careful attention. So what fall projects is everybody working on right now? I would love to see some pictures in Facebook of what you all are working on. I am looking for ideas. Oh, I'm going to throw this out to the community. I need help, guys. I'm looking for an advent calendar pattern. A Christmas advent calendar pattern. I'm looking for nothing that's applique or embroidery. I'm looking for a block style advent calendar pattern. I'd really love to see if I can get one that's like the numbers, you know, 1 through 25 or 1 through 31 for December. So if you guys are familiar with that, if you know if there's a pattern out there for it, please send me an email. You can do !! email in chat and it'll give you my email address. Please send me an email. Let me know what that pattern is. I'm coming up with things to do in December. And I'm going to be probably participating in Vlogmas again this year, and I'm thinking of doing like a block of the day. So I thought that could be fun, but I need to find the pattern for it first. So if you guys know of any, please share it with me, let me know. I've got a lot of really fun things that are kind of in the works right now. A couple of them I'm actually going to be working on today. I'm working on a collab with another creator. I don't want to give too much away yet, because it's still in its new stages, so we're gonna have to work through it a little bit, but hopefully I'll be able to introduce that to you guys in just a few minutes. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Hi Chloe, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. It is so good to see you. She says dropping in for a second. I'm apple picking. Plan to watch the replay when I sew later. No problem. Speaking of apple picking, my family and I are actually going apple picking next weekend. It's the weekend of the 14th. I think that's next weekend. Yeah, that's next weekend. So there's no live streams next weekend because the kids are all coming home. So I'm gonna excited. So I get to spend time with my girls. And then we're gonna be going apple picking on Sunday. So no live stream Saturday or Sunday next week. I'm gonna miss you guys. I'm gonna miss you guys a lot. But apple picking is so much fun. We do it with our family. It's a tradition we've done with our family the last few years. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully we're not too late in the season. That is my biggest concern, is that we're pretty late this year. I'm just worried that we're a little too late in the season for that. All right. Pull towards the back. All right, so this is what it looks like, guys. I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera. Hopefully the camera focuses. So you guys can see here. Let me show you the back. Maybe the back will be easier for you to see the stitching. I call it a hem stitch. Some people call it a blanket stitch. It can be called a bunch of different things. That's what I refer to it as. So now we're going to go ahead and do the other side, and then I will do the short edges next. Line that up. There we go. All right. Janet says, I'm getting ready to start Happy Notes so along with Sugary Dew. Ooh, that I've heard of that one. That one sounds fun. Tracy Nelson, sorry Trace, she wants to know what difference does it make what presser foot you use. I think that's what it's called. Yes, that is a presser foot. The presser foot is what's going to help you determine or help you with your stitches. The presser foots have bars and holes in them to help the needle move the way that it needs to. And in this particular case, there's actually a bar that runs this way along it that the stitches actually go over top of to kind of make sure that it lines up nice and straight. That's an excellent question for a newbie. That is a fantastic question. So please feel free. Keep asking questions. We will keep trying to answer them as best we can. Chloe says dropping by for a second to say hi. Oh, I read that already. Sorry. Janet says I'm ready to start the Happy Notes. Oh, read that one. Pieces Love and Quilting. Oh, hi, Courtney. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. She says, working on a t-shirt quilt. I'm not sure if that was a statement or a question, but we are working on a t-shirt table runner. That's what we are doing. So it's a t-shirt quilt table runner is what we're doing. I wonder if that's what you're doing as well. That sounds like fun. Susan says, I finished the Hocus Pocus quilt top from 2021 Spooky Box Friday. Sewed the third block for Pat Sloan's Autumn Wonder so long. Need to sew borders on my tulip quilt. My goodness, girl, you are busy. Busy, busy, busy. Courtney says, hi all. Hello. So great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hocus Pocus is my favorite Halloween movie. Is that your quilt thing? That could be fun. I'd love to see pictures of that. Yes, Tracy, apple picking is next weekend. Yes. Melina, I think I said hello to you, but in case I didn't, hello again. Welcome to the channel. Susan says it was a fat quarter stop, named it definitely a Halloween quilt, Tracy. Oh, that's awesome. Tracy says, I have to run for a while. I still love your lives, Danny. I'll try to get back on. Oh, Tracy, you are so kind to me. I absolutely adore you. I consider you one of my favorites. Thank you so much. You're wonderful. My sister says she put the stream on the TV, and my nephew Mason says, well, hello, Auntie Danny. Hello, Mason. Good morning. It's so good to be here. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Terry. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for joining today. It's so good to see you. My goodness, I'm missing so much today. All right, so back, I'm focused again, so I'm going to miss some stuff in chat here again. I have to make sure that that fabric lines right up against that presser foot so that the stitching lays the way that I want it to. So I'm kind of a little bit focused on that. So I apologize if I'm missing some chats. And of course, the moderator hasn't popped in yet this morning. He must be busy. No problems. I have not seen him hop in yet. That's okay. He's probably busy. Hi, Teresa. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. It is so happy to see you. Not it's happy. I'm happy to see you. Not it's happy. I'm happy. everybody's going to bed. Have a great day. Good night, Janet. Thank you so much for joining it with us today. I know how late it is out by you, and we really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Yes, the traveling ninja, the confident quilter Gladys is here. Yes, I'm so happy that she's here with us. Thank you. Looks like we got a couple of slots games going. Looked like there was this heist game going, but we must have missed it. That's all right. All right. I'm just like hyper focused on this right now, guys. I'm like wanting to make sure that needle doesn't hit that bar that's on the presser foot, because that's always bad. You don't want that to happen for sure. And I don't remember who it was. I do apologize, but someone tagged me on Instagram last week with a recommendation for a book by Professor Pincushion for Susie. I went ahead and I purchased the book. I haven't given it to her yet. I was supposed to see her yesterday, but we had to reschedule. So I'm going to see her again at the end of the month, and I'm going to give it to her then. But I read the book myself just for giggles. Oh my God. Excellent book. Excellent, excellent book. In fact, Mr. Wizard, if you're watching right now and you could grab the book off the counter and bring it in so I could show people, that would be great. Oh, I forgot about the link from my mom too. Okay, sidebar. So my mom and I went out to dinner on Thursday. We go out to dinner the first Thursday of every month. It's just kind of like a thing that her and I do. And she asked me, she says, "Are you having a live stream this weekend?" You can tell she doesn't really watch the channel that often. I'm like, if it's Sunday, I have a live stream. Yes. And she's like, "Oh, good. She's having a Pampered Chef virtual party and she wanted me to promote it." And I'm like, that's not really sewing related, but I will at least mention it. So if anyone is interested in purchasing from my mom's Pampered Chef party, send me an email and I will send you the link to her Pampered Chef party. It's just the silliest thing in the world. But if you guys are interested, feel free. In fact, I'll drop a link right now into chat from my email so that you guys have it. Send me a note. I will send you the link. I'm not gonna like spam the chat with it or anything like that, but if you're interested, let me know. That's really funny. Terry, yes, t-shirt quilts are challenging for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, they're a lot. I don't normally do them. And I've mentioned it before. The only reason I'm doing this one is because I did do one for this particular person once before, and I would feel super guilty if I told him no for the second time. So, Susan, if you're trying to get the Facebook link, do !FB. I tried to make it easy. So then that way you just have the FB, or you can do !links, and it'll give you our link for our Instagram and our Facebook. Either one will work. Sorry, just making sure I'm not forgetting anything here. Oh, there you go. It popped up. So as soon as you said the word Facebook, Susan, it popped up in there. So I do have that set up in Streamlabs. So if anybody says Facebook or Instagram, it pops up with the link. It's kind of cool. Saves me time. Sunday is still on Sunday. Yes. Yes, Professor Pincushion has her own YouTube channel as well. That is for sure. Yeah. I have the book. And it was perfect too. So whoever it was that tagged me on Instagram, it was perfect because it was a beginner's guide to garment sewing. So not only was it a beginner's guide to sewing, but it was a beginner's guide to garment sewing and following a pattern. So I read the whole book cover to cover because I'm not going to give it to Susie without reading the cover. And it was fantastic. So if you are new to sewing, which I don't, new to sewing, oh my God. New to sewing. What is wrong with me? If you are new to sewing and you're interested in learning how to garment sew, I recommend that book. I think it was like, oh, that's Mr. Wizard. Thank you, Mr. Wizard. Here is the book. It's called Professor Pincushion's Beginner Guide to Sewing. It is awesome. It is a great book. It's like, it's 111 pages, but that's including the table of contents and the beginning pages too. Excellent book for beginners. So if you know a beginner, you are a beginner, and you're interested, the book says $27, but I did not pay that much. I think I bought it on Amazon for like 21 or 22. It's a soft cover book. Super excellent pages. The illustrations in it are amazing. She's not sponsored. I just think it's a great thing to have in your arsenal for those that are beginners. There's a couple of free patterns in here for you to check out to try and work with. So I recommend it 100%. We're going to be giving it to Susie when she comes by next. Hopefully she's not watching right now and it didn't ruin the surprise. But yes, I absolutely recommend that for sure. For sure. Thank you, Mr. Wizard. It's handy having him here. Melina, yes, Pampered Chef does have good stuff. If you are interested, I can absolutely, I can send you a link. Just send me an email and I will be glad to include you in her, I will send you a link to her virtual party, I guess. She's so funny. And they ship anywhere in the world. So if you're not in, you know, the state of Illinois, that's perfectly fine. They will ship to you anywhere you want. Terry says, my whole kitchen is Pampered Chef. Well, that's great. Susan says she posted a link on our Facebook group. That is awesome, Susan. Thank you so much. I will check that out after the stream. Thanks so much for, I love it when you guys share stuff there. So thank you for that. Sorry, I'm just like hyper focused, so I got like quiet for a second. I'm just making sure I'm going really slow. I've got the machine down really low with regards to speed to make sure that I don't screw this up, because with the t-shirt quilts, they're very unforgiving when it comes to mistakes. So you really have to go slow and make sure, especially when you're doing something like this, you really got to make sure you're doing it just the way you want it, because there's really no going back. Terry asks, what's my email again? There you go, Terry. You got the link. There it is. I will answer any and all of those emails after the stream today. I want to thank everybody or anybody that wants to join in her little Pampered Chef party. She will appreciate it immensely. She's so funny. And you guys will be seeing her again soon. Her and I are working on something now. I don't want to give away the date, but it will be soon. There we go. I'm going slow. It's kind of jamming up here on me. Sorry. I will absolutely send whoever emails me a link. I just didn't want to spam the group with it. If you are interested, just email me and I will be happy to send that information over. Alright. Terry says she emailed me. Alright, Terry, I'll get it to you. Terry says, oh, a secret mama visit coming up, LOL. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not super secret. You know, you guys know I post all my, I post previews of all my live streams, so I can tell you it's coming up, and it's going to be on a Saturday. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nod, nod. So, you know, check the channel, check the channel and see when I'm doing Saturday streams, or check our Facebook for Saturday, events, and you should be able to see when that one's coming up. I have not picked out what project we're doing yet. I think we're going to be doing a pedal pad. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of these before, but they're for your sewing pad or your sewing pedal. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Your sewing pedal. They're like a little pad, like a no slip grip pad, and she and I could both use one. So I thought that could be fun. So I'm going to see if I can find a pattern for that. So that's something we might end up doing. Who knows? And I've got to line up a couple more special guests coming up soon. You guys will see those coming up. Lots of fun things happening. You just never know. There we go. There we go. All right, so this is, I mean, obviously I haven't trimmed off the threads, but this is what it looks like, guys. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. I don't know if it's like focused or not. I don't know. I can't tell because I don't have my glasses on, but that's what it's going to look like. So this is the block. You can see the little, oh no, it's this way. No, here. There's the block. There's the block, and this is the piece here that we just put on. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off all these threads. You guys know me and my threads. For those of you who have been watching my Saturday streams, you know the last couple of guests I had, they were throwing the threads on the floor. We don't throw threads on the floor here on this channel. We throw them in the little plastic cup. So then that way I don't have to pull the vacuum out. Teresa says pretty. Yes, it is. It's cute. It's really cute. Thank you. Go. Just trimming up all these threads. I mean, it's not perfect, but you know what? If they wanted it perfect, they would ask a professional. That's the way I look at it. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I think it looks good. All right, on to the next one. Did I miss anything? Oh, looks like somebody started a heist, so if you want to get in on that, you do exclamation point heist space and then the amount of thimbles you're willing to risk. It's basically just a luck of the draw kind of thing, but it's a lot of fun. If you're interested to know how many thimbles you've got, you do exclamation point thimbles in chat and I'll tell you. Teresa says, where's the fun in being cleanly? There is no fun in that. No, absolutely. That's why I hate vacuuming. I absolutely hate it. So, so I try not to vacuum. That's why I use little plastic cups, so then that way I don't have to vacuum. Because that's how I roll. There you go, Judy. Thimbles. And don't forget, guys, if you got enough thimbles, you can trade those in for prizes. If you do exclamation point prizes in chat, it'll tell you what prizes you can win. That I would send to you. They are mostly there's random notions, there's random fat quarters, because I've just a ton of fat quarters. There are patterns. I've got a bunch of free patterns. I've got a bunch of patterns that have been given to me, usually from Cotton Cuts patterns, things like that, or that were donated to the channel. All of them are purchased patterns. None of them are free. They were all purchased, so you would get one of those as a random gift. I also have the really big prizes up there too, being a special guest on the channel and then picking our next project. So if those are of any interest to you, make sure you go ahead and redeem your thimbles for those. I mail out all of the prizes once a month, and we're just started this month, so you would see those at the end of this next month coming up. There we go. Pin out there. Excuse me. So what else is everyone else working on? Thank you so much to those who posted pictures in Facebook. Can't wait to see what those look like. Those are one of my favorite things to look at. Okay, you're being dumb today. Let's try this again. Being dumb. Hi, Sandra. Good morning. I didn't see you pop in there. I'm sorry that I missed you. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today. It is really good to see you. I hope you are well. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful fall weather. There we go. Oh, that's way far off. There we go. On Kathy's channel, for those of you not already following Kathy's channel, do exclamation point Kathy in chat. Make sure you follow her channel. Sandra posts a new block on Kathy's Facebook group every weekend for their Monday stream, and then you guys can all work on that block together. It's so much fun. I love some of those blocks. I've not been able to catch a Monday stream in a while, but I do catch the blocks. So I try to grab some of those blocks because some of those are a lot of fun to do, and I'm really looking forward to those. I think I just saw someone pop into chat that I may need to say hello to. Give me just a second here. Just trying to get back on track here. Let me see. Ladies and gentlemen, that is right. You saw our moderator pop in. Everybody, let's all do it together. Lucas is in the house. Good morning, Lucas. Thank you so much for joining us. Dude, we missed you this morning. Thanks. I was wondering if you were going to be able to get in here today. There's lots of people in the chat today, and lots of new names and faces. Some family. Make sure you say hello to everybody there. Thanks so much for joining us. I thought you were going to be here, but you know, if you couldn't have made it, that was fine. Lucas is not only my moderator here on my YouTube channel, but he's also the moderator on our Facebook group as well. So if you have requested to join our Facebook group recently, Lucas usually gets to that stuff before I even see it, because he's that quick. So there's that for you. If you have any questions about anything that's going on in the channel, you can always ask Lucas, especially with regards to like thimbles or anything like that. Make sure you tag Lucas in your chat. He is way more advanced on that stuff than I am. There we go. Lucas, I just saw your message that says, guess who's in the house? I love you. You're so much fun. So much fun. Thank you. Hi, Judy. I think I said hello to you once already, but just in case, hello again. Thanks so much. Lucas dropped Kathy's link in there. Thanks, Lucas, for that. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Ooh, I missed a bunch of chats here. Hold on. He says house sitting, puppy sitting, and nephew sitting. So a lot going on this weekend. No problem, Lucas. We appreciate the fact that you were able to pop in. Not a problem. Thanks for that. I've always told you that family and school and everything else is way more important than our channel. Those things always come first. Oh, looks like somebody just started another heist, so make sure you get in on that to earn some more thimbles. A bunch of people playing the slot machine games. That's the fastest way to earn thimbles. You win those prizes, you win them pretty quick. And don't worry if you lose all your thimbles. Lucas is pretty forgiving. He usually gives them back to you. There we go. Sorry, just focus. These t-shirts are not very forgiving, and so they don't move very well under the presser feet. And so I really have to like kind of push them. So I'm just kind of hyper focused at the moment. So my apologies if I'm missing anything. I will pop back in there in just a second. I'm going super slow. I've got the machine down like so slow right now because I want to make sure that I'm doing this as perfect as I can, because it's going to be really hard to pull this particular stitch apart, especially on a t-shirt quilt. So I'm trying not to do that. I really don't want to have to pull out the divorce lawyer. Do not want to have to pull him out today. He can just stay in his little box up here on the corner. He could just stay there today. That's the goal. And of course, I think that's the goal every day, right? We do not want to pull him out today. Oh, looks like a lot of people are joining in on the heist. That's going to be a lot of fun. In fact, here, I'll join too. Give me a sec. I'll join in there too, because I don't want to be left out. There. Wouldn't that be funny if I won? It's always funny when I win. Because Lord knows I don't need the thimbles. And for those of you just joining that aren't familiar, Lucas has the most thimbles on the channel because, I promise you, he's not cheated. It's actually from him playing the game. And he says he's saving them up for a free car. But little does he know, his free car is going to be one of Mr. Wizard's model cars, which I forgot to grab one this morning. And I meant to. It's been a couple weeks since I've shown you guys what he's been working on. He's got a couple of new ones that are up on my entertainment center that I meant to bring in today, and I totally forgot them. I'll have to bring them in for you next time. I see the chat scrolling in the corner of my eye here, and I apologize for that. Give me just a minute. I'll pop back in there in just a second. Kill that. Linda, good morning. I think I said hello to you already, but just in case. Linda says, thanks, need to read what I type. Tracy says she's going to pass on the thimbles this time because it's information overload for her. No problem, you're earning them anyway. So you can just keep hanging out. Yep, Mr. Wizard's model cars are acceptable. Love them too. Aw, thank you. Thank you. He appreciates you guys' support and your guys' encouragement. He appreciates that. He's been in a couple of model shows the last couple of weeks. He hasn't won anything, but that's okay. He just does it for the experience and to kind of learn what things he can improve upon. So, Gazelle says, love the gambling. We are gamblers on this channel. And if you join us on the Saturday stream, we're wine drinkers as well. Dawn says, I was doing the laundry. Was the stitch name figured out? No, I call it a hem stitch. I think we've just established that it's called many different things. I call it the hem stitch. Some people call it blanket stitch. I don't know if somebody wants to like Google it and tell me. That'd be great. What's the official name of this particular stitch? I think it's called multiple things, honestly. I call it the hem stitch, because that's what it looks like to me. There we go. Had to give it a little bit of a tug from the back. See what's catching on the foot there. As I said before, I am using the, I think it's the J foot. No, G. I'm using the G foot. I don't know what you actually call it, but there's another name for this particular foot. My machine calls it the G one, so that's what I used to call it. Excuse me. Overlock stitch. Yeah, that could be it. Gazelle says yes, but it's the only channel that I gamble on, thanks to you and Lucas. That's alright, hon. It's a fine. There's no problems with that. We encourage gambling on this channel. We encourage it. I don't know if you guys remember the stream last week. I snapped my nail. Yeah, it's fixed now. I went right after the stream and fixed it. But I couldn't believe that I had snapped it like that. And then I get to the nail place because I just got them done the day before. She's like, oh my gosh, what did you do? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I did. I didn't run over it with the needle. I think the arm coming down just cracked it, I think is what happened. But I really have no idea. But it's all fixed now. It looks beautiful. It's like it never happened. I posted a picture on my Facebook. I said, I wish everything in life was this easy to fix. Alright, last one. Here we go. Alright. John says LOL. Alright guys, this is what it looks like here. Let me just cut up the threads again. Cut off the threads. The front and the back. Oh boy, the back's got lots of threads. Trim all these up here. Trim, trim, trim. Trim, trim, trim. The music is on point today, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it is on point today. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Alright, this is what this one looks like. You guys see that? There. Those are the little pieces that we cut out from the sleeves. Alright, so that's the two Christmas ones. So since I still have the red, I've been using red thread. I don't know if I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream. I don't think I did. I'm using red thread to put these together, to put the Christmas one together. When we switch over to the zoo one, I'm going to use black thread. I've got that all ready to go. But the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and just sew up these pieces together to actually make our quilt. So, to make the quilt top real quick. So we're just going to kind of lay these out. I'm trying to, I don't have a lot of space to work with here, guys, so bear with me. I want to make sure that I don't get all the colors kind of together. So, We're gonna do a blue. We'll do a red. And we'll do the green. Then we'll do the dark blue, the light blue, and then a red. That's how we're going to do these. So right now I just want to go ahead and stitch up the sides together to kind of make the top real quick. This is a super quick and easy thing to do. Looks like I'm just about out of thread on my bobbin here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that. And I already have a bobbin here. There. So this is all the thread I had left from here to here. So I'm going to go ahead and I had made another bobbin just before the stream started. So I'll grab that. Here it is. Lucas is very generous with the thimbles. He and I both have agreed that we don't really want anyone to lose. That's not the point of this. The point is to have fun. So if you do lose all of your thimbles, if you decide to take a chance and gamble all your thimbles and you lose them all, just let Lucas know and he can get them back for you. He can get you some. He may not be able to get them all back for you, but he can get you back some so that you're back in the game. If you have questions about the thimble game, please just put those questions into chat. We're happy to answer them. Alright. First things first, I gotta flip. So now I'm gonna go ahead and change my stitching back to normal. And I do have to change my foot. I'm going to put my 1/4 inch presser foot back on here. This 1/4 inch presser foot is a guided foot. Somebody asked earlier what's the difference between different feet. This one is a guided foot. It's got a little piece. I know you guys can't see this on the camera, but there's this little metal piece here. And so you put the fabric up against that and it guarantees that you will always have a 1/4 inch seam. Makes things a little bit easier so you don't have to think about it. Each foot has a different role and does something different with regards to different stitches. And they can be, if you have a computerized machine like I do, it actually tells me which foot I need to put on. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and match these up real quick. I'm going to turn on my auto reverse and cutting, so then that way I get a nice, so I don't have to forget about it, because I do want to anchor these. Terry wants to know, am I using a special needle? No, Terry, I'm just using my standard 80-12 needles. I found that those work the best in this particular machine. I've tried using 90-14s in this machine, and it just doesn't like it. It gums it up. So I just use 80-12s. I don't have anything special. I do change out my needle often. I change it out a lot. I probably change it out probably every 2 to 3 streams. Or if I start to see that it's doing something wonky. But as you may recall, the last time my mom was on the channel, she broke one of my needles. So we just changed it a couple weeks ago. Let's see if it, there we go. I'm right on the edge here and I don't think it's gonna, there we go. There we go, there I grabbed it. Alright, just gonna go ahead and do straight stitch all the way down. Going to turn the speed up on this one because I can do a little bit faster on these. There we go. This is just a straight stitch, so I don't need to worry too much about anything fancy. Yes, Terry, huge difference. It's just like the blade on your rotary cutter. I know the blades are a little bit more expensive than needles, obviously, but makes a huge difference when you have a brand new blade, a brand new needle in there. Some people are like, how can you tell the difference? You can tell the difference. You can absolutely tell the difference. The machine sounds different as it's cutting through the fabric. I mean, it all just sounds so much different. So yeah, there's absolutely a difference. All right. There's the first one, and now we'll do the second one. Hi, Kenshaw. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. It's so good to see you. I hope you are well. I'm running out of space. I'm gonna have to move you guys over here for just a minute. I'm missing some things in chat. Gutermann, yes, I prefer Gutermann thread myself over Aurifil. I do have Aurifil thread, but I don't like how thin it is. From what I understand, Aurifil thread is great for quilting itself, the actual free motion quilting. It's great for that because it's so thin. But I don't particularly like it for piecing. I prefer Gutermann. This thread that I'm working with right now is an older thread. It's not a Gutermann. It is still cotton, but I don't know the name of it necessarily. But I do prefer Gutermann, yeah. Susan says, my sewing machine may be coming to an end soon. Running out of thread. My machine likes in the color I use. My LQS doesn't carry my brand. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey Naomi, welcome back. She says, I'm cleaning a sewing box that a carpenter recently repaired for me. Cracked bottom is now a gorgeous cedar. Oh, Naomi, I would love to see a picture of that. I love those old antique sewing boxes. I have a wood one. My mom bought it for me when I was a kid because, you know, I mean, I've loved sewing since I was a little kid, and my mom bought it for me. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like a wicker basket. It looks almost like a picnic basket, but it's actually a sewing basket. It's not very big. It's pretty small. It's pretty tiny, and it's got two flaps that flip up like this. And there's, when you open them up, there's silk on the inside for your needles and stuff. And then there's just a plastic tray that sits on the top, and then the whole bottom is open. But I absolutely love it. I have thread in it right now. I have all my different pieces of thread in it, and I've got it in the cabinet in the kitchen. I love it. Kathy says, oh no, Susan, that's not good. All right. Back to what we were doing now. We were just putting pieces together. We're just doing straight stitches all the way down. Let me move that. This can go up here. All right. Sewing along. Okay, we got plenty of time. For those of you just joining the chat, I'm just throwing this out there. My mom, Mama Joyce, has asked me to promote her Pampered Chef Party. You know, it has nothing to do with sewing. But you know, when your mama asks you to do something, you darn well do it. So I'm doing what she asked me to do. She asked me to promote her Pampered Chef Party. If you're interested in the purchasing something from Pampered Chef as part of her party, please send me an email. I'm not going to spam the channel with links and things like that aren't sewing related, but if you are interested, send me an email and I will absolutely forward the link to you. But she asked me, and of course, like I said, you do, if your mama asks you to do something, you darn well do it. So you darn well better do it. So I am. Pampered Chef is kitchen utensils and small kitchen appliances. Very high quality stuff. Very, very high quality stuff. I have some stuff in the kitchen. I don't have a lot, but I have some stuff in the kitchen. Some people are just avid Pampered Chef people. My mom is one of those. So if you're interested, I will absolutely send you the link. There's no requirement for you to purchase anything at any time, even if I send you the link. There's nothing. There's no obligation. And they will ship direct to your home, so you don't need to worry about picking it up or anything like that. They can ship direct to your home, and from what I understand, it's worldwide. That's what she told me. So, I mean, obviously their website would be able to tell you that for sure. Tracy says, Danny, you missed my question. Tracy, I'm sorry if you didn't. If you do an exclamation, or if you do the @ symbol, and then you type in "So Not an Expert" with spaces, it'll actually highlight it on my screen here, so then I can see it. I'm sorry if I missed it. How did you decide what order to put those pieces in? Excellent question. And basically, I don't know if you saw me as I was doing it. I was just kind of looking at the colors. I like to do things kind of scrappy and random. I don't really like patterns. I don't like to I shouldn't say I don't like patterns. I do love patterns. But I like things to be kind of scrappy. I don't like having the same fabrics in the same places, things like that, if I can manage it. Now, if the pattern calls for it, then obviously you have to do that. So in this case, what I did was I just kind of laid the pieces one on top of the other with a little space in between and just kind of saw the colors. I wasn't worried about the designs. I was just more worried about the colors of the blocks themselves. I didn't want 2 red blocks together or 2 blue blocks together. So I just kind of spread them out a little bit to just kind of make it a little bit more random. So this is, here, let me show you what I've got so far. Pull that up. This is what we've got so far. And I've got 2 more blocks to add. So far, so good. I love these, they're so cute. All right. So excellent question though. Excellent question. Yeah, I just kind of laid them out. You know, if you watch some YouTube channels, you'll see people like lay the whole quilt out like on the ground, or, you know, they'll have these beautiful design walls that they lay them out on the design wall. And maybe I'll have that someday. Not right now. So I just kind of do 1 row at a time. I just lay 1 row out and I kind of swap the blocks out a little bit to the best of my knowledge to what I like. And then I do it. It's really a personal preference. Whatever looks best to you. Did I consider putting the light blue on each end? Tracy, yes, I did consider that, but like I said, I don't like to do things, I like to keep things scrappy, meaning they're kind of random. I don't like them to kind of have a feel like 2 blues on the end or things like that. I kind of like to just mix stuff up. That's just the way I do it. If you were doing this quilt and you wanted to put the 2 blues on the end, put the 2 blues on the end. You do you, I'm gonna do me. But yeah, no, I did consider that. That was an option for me, obviously. It's just, I prefer to do things a little more scrappy. Especially with these t-shirt quilts, because, you know, the t-shirt quilt came about really because back in the, you know, people were using scrap pieces of fabric from their older clothes and making blankets out of them. And so they were very scrappy. None of the fabrics matched, none of the fabrics, sometimes they were even different fabrics, things like that. So with a t-shirt quilt or a scrappy quilt, I try to keep that in mind, in that it's not supposed to have any real rhyme or reason to it. That's just kind of the way I do things. I'm kind of silly like that. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I don't like to follow the norm. Terry asked me, my blocks look so neat and crisp. Are you starching them as well as interfacing? No, I'm not starching. I did not starch the t-shirts at all. It is just the interfacing that is keeping them nice and crisp. It is a little bit of a, I've told you this, guys, before. I used a very expensive interfacing. It's awesome. It works fantastic. I would not recommend it from a budget perspective. I would absolutely recommend it from a quality perspective, but not necessarily from a budget perspective. It's called Stability. I bought it on Amazon. You can buy it in big sheets. It's like king or queen size sheets, and that's what I bought. I would recommend buying something on the bolt that you can get from your local quilt store instead. It's probably much less expensive. Oh, thank you, Lucas. Lucas says, Danny, the way you posted the dates for the live streams was awesome. Love the creativity. You know, I had extra time yesterday, so that's why I decided to do something fun and different. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do it again, but yeah. John says, email sent for the Pepper Chef. Like, awesome, John. I will respond back to any emails that I receive on the stream. I will respond to those after the stream. I'll give you guys all the links. So thank you for that. Mom appreciates that. Again, there's no obligation. You don't have to buy anything. I'm not even going to tell her that I sent you guys the link. But if you guys want to, that's absolutely up to you. So it doesn't matter. No, it does not matter, Tracy. It's you just, however, this particular project that we're working on does not matter. There are some projects that we work on where it does matter how the blocks are oriented. In fact, we were working on a tropics project that I have had to take apart now, completely apart twice. Because I didn't orient the blocks correctly. So for this project, no, it does not matter. For some projects, it does matter though. So you're going to want to follow your pattern if you have a pattern. With t-shirt quilts, there really is no rhyme or reason to these. You just kind of use your best judgment. Whatever you're feeling is how it goes. For those of you who are new to the channel or have not heard me mention it or have not seen my logo, it's my little sticker logo here. You guys know that I use a rainbow Bargello quilt as my logo. You've seen it on the YouTube channel, you've seen it on my Facebook, you've seen it everywhere. I use it as my Bargello. For those of you who I told you before that I don't have that quilt in my possession because it was a gift. It was actually a gift for my sister, Tracy, who's currently in chat. So she is the lovely owner of the rainbow Bargello quilt that I use for my logo and for everything. And anytime anyone asks me what my favorite quilt was that I've ever made, I always tell them it was that one. So she's the owner of that one. So she gets to enjoy that one every day. She gets to sleep under it and let it keep her warm. So yeah, fun, fun, fun. That's right, that's my quilt. Yes, it is. Terry, thank you for posting that. I appreciate it. Like I said, from a budget perspective, that stability, from a quality perspective, it's awesome. From a pricing standpoint, it is very expensive compared to all the other products out there. So again, it's not something I would recommend from a budgetary perspective. Gazelle says, Danny, you're working so hard and I'm playing. Don't you worry, honey. You go ahead and keep playing. Not a problem. It is a beautiful quilt. It is a king size. It's the largest quilt I've ever made in my career here with quilting. It's a king size rainbow Bargello. And I joke with you guys all the time. I was using variegated thread. So it's that rainbow variegated thread. And every time I had to pull a row apart, it would look like a unicorn just threw up on me. Because I just had different color threads all over me. It was awful. It was awful and it was fun at the same time. That is the quilt that I am the most proud of. It's my favorite quilt in the world. Like I said, I use it as my logo for my channel because I think it fit me very well because it's a bright, cheerful. But yeah, that was definitely a labor of love. For sure. It took forever to put that thing together. Oh my goodness. And it's definitely not something I will ever do again. Yes, Terry, it is worth, I think it's worth the price for the quality. But if your budget does not allow for it, then I wouldn't recommend it. But I do like the quality of it. And this is the second t-shirt project that I've done with this particular brand. All right, last one. All right, guys, so this is what the quilt table runner is gonna look like for our Christmas one. I'll have to cut the batting and the backing for it, and then when we come back, we're gonna do a pull-through method for this on the next episode we come to, so I'll have that all ready for us. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and fold that up. All right, so next up, let me change up my thread to a black thread, and then we are going to work on the zoo theme one. Susan wants to know how long I will be on today. Susan, we run our streams for about 2 hours on Sundays, so my stream will run until about 12:30 Central Time. So we've got about an hour. Unicorn bark, absolutely, yeah. Jerry says unicorns don't throw up. They're perfect imaginary animals. Well, it looked like it, let me tell you. Ooh, a twofer. Gazelle's reminded everybody to give a thumbs up. Please make sure you go over and tickle that like button for me. It giggles. I wish I could come up with a way to do that. It giggles like Tickle Me Elmo. Just giggle to yourself. You know, hee 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 every time you click the button. Hee hee hee. All right, let me go ahead and pull this red thread out switch it out for the black, and then we are on to a zoo. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel, watching this project come along, you know that I was given a bunch of t-shirts, and we kind of categorized them into a Christmas. There was a bunch of them that were kind of a Christmas theme, and then there was a bunch of them that were a zoo theme. So we have 2 of them going. Tried to utilize as many of the t-shirts as we could. My nose itches. Sorry, that's not very ladylike. My nose itches. Right. Teresa won that last heist. Congratulations, Teresa, on winning that heist. And I'm sorry to all of all of the participants who did not win. Maybe next time. It is luck of the draw. I have no control over who wins or loses. So, oh, I was going to tell you, this is Coates and Clark. This thread that I'm using now is Coates and Clark. It's on a wooden bobbin. I have checked the strength on it. It feels pretty strong. It's a heavy duty thread, so I'm confident that it is still strong enough to be able to use. But with these older threads, you want to be careful because they can become brittle with time. Depending on how they were stored, things like that. So usually what I do is I'll pull on them, and if it takes a bit of strength to really break it, then I know it's probably strong enough to work with. If it breaks pretty easily, then I know it's lived its life, and I use it as decoration instead. All right, let me flip over my thread here. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did turn the machine off. You guys know that I've been teaching Susie how to sew recently. She's been coming over by my house for lessons, and one of the things I've been teaching her is that unless you're actually using the machine to sew, it should be off for safety reasons. So I've been trying to do that myself. That was a bad habit that I kind of got into, so I've been trying to learn to remember to do things like that because you want to set a good example. So, you're changing out your thread, make sure you shut the machine off when you do it. All right, grab that. Put that through there. Oh, you're being a jerk today. Try again. There we go. All right. We have 2 blocks that we need to attach pieces to. So again, once again, I'm going to go ahead and turn my machine on, change it to the setting I need, and then pull off my 1/4 inch foot and put my G foot back on. Pull that thread to the back. There we go. All right, we are set and ready to go now. What did I miss? Susan says it's time to head out to church. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great day, Susan. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. Excuse me. I made the mistake of dusting in this room this morning instead of doing it last night. So, like, I can taste it in my mouth. It's so gross, and so my throat is all dry now. I should have dusted yesterday. I don't know what I was thinking. Somebody on the last live stream mentioned an air purifier for the room. I do have one in the room. I know you guys can't see it. By point. Oh! Sandra redeemed a new notion. Thanks, Sandra, for that. I'll get that in the mail to you. But up here, right in that back corner, is actually an air purifier. Sandra had enough enough thimbles to go ahead and redeem them for a free notion, so I'll get that in the mail to you. You have more opportunities to redeem for more notions throughout the month. I mail at the end of the month, so I'll get that to you then. Thank you for watching and participating. Oh my god, I can't talk today. For participating in the channel. Thank you for that. All right. I'm gonna have lots of emails today. All right, here we go. these are much bigger pieces than they were on the Christmas quilt, so we're gonna turn the machine down a little bit. I've mentioned it before. This particular machine, and I'm sure you guys all have one too, has a speed the governor, car term. It limits the speed because you guys all know that my foot pedal here is not a speed thing, it's an on-off switch. So it's easy to on-off, on-off. So I have a very hard time throttling it like I do. I drive my sewing machine like I drive my car. It's an on-off switch. So I turned it down a little bit so that I don't go too fast. I see the thing flying through. Sandra says, I need happy mail. Oh, well, we can help you with that, Sandra. Not a problem. We can absolutely help you with happy mail. There we go. These are going to take a while because they're really big pieces. So for these two blocks that we're working on now, we took a saying. There's a really cute saying on the back of the t-shirt, but I didn't want the whole thing. I just wanted the saying. So I'm taking the saying and I've cut it into smaller pieces and I'm attaching it to the bottom of the quilt block. I'll show you guys what it looks like here when I'm done. Hyper focused here, paying attention to my, making sure I got the edge of that up against the presser foot to make sure that all my stitches line up the way that I want them to. But I teased it to you guys once before, and I will tease you guys with it again. I've got some collabs that I'm working on right now. It's in the very early stages. It was one of those, hey, that's a great idea. Let's think about it some more, or let's come up with a plan. But they're some things that I'm super excited about. Hopefully, I'll have details for you in the next couple weeks. I'm also being interviewed for another channel. I don't want to drop too much information about that just yet because I'm still have to follow through with the appointment first. But then once that comes up, I will let you guys know. So keep an eye on our Facebook page. And our YouTube community page. Keep an eye on those two places because that's where I will post it once I have more information. I'm always honored when another content creator contacts me and says, I'd like to interview you for my channel. I'm honored by that. That's just, I mean, and these channels are all much bigger than mine. So it's like, that's just such an honor when you know, when they reach out like that. Terry says, someone spilled the beans already, but I won't tell. Oh boy, so somebody must have said something already about it. That's okay if they did. I mean, especially if it's the person that's doing the collab with me. You know, it was their idea, it was their channel, so I'm not going to be upset about that at all. But I'm going to keep it quiet a little bit longer until there's some more details. So I have a little bit more details. I like to tease you guys with it. It's fun. I'm evil like that. There's so many little, there's not enough good surprises in life, so I try to give some if I can. You know, if I can give somebody a couple of good surprises, I'm gonna try. I think we talked about this once before, but when I was pregnant with the girls, I have twin girls. For those of you who don't know, I have twin girls. They're going to be, Jesus, they're going to be 21 in March. I'm not old enough to have 21-year-olds, I got to tell you. But anyway, I have twin girls, and when I was pregnant with them, we did not find out what the sex of the babies were. I didn't want to know. I suspected, but I never wanted to know. And everybody thought it was absolutely crazy for that. The entire family was like up in arms about it. They're like, oh my God, how can you not want to know? And I'm like, because there's not enough of those types of fun, good surprises in life. And so it made the entire family absolutely bonkers and crazy. But it was wonderful. All the theories were so fun. Everybody's like, oh, you know, you're carrying high, so it's going to be a boy, or you're carrying low, so it's going to be a girl. And then I go, it's twins. What if it's one of each? It throws them off every time. It was so much fun. So much fun that was. And, you know, everybody that was there that day that the girls were born, everybody that was in the hospital room, and everybody we knew, you know, they all now have that memory. And to me, that was kind of a gift. That was my gift to them, was giving them this memory of finding out what the sex of the babies were. That's just kind of the way I look at it. Is that was a gift that I could give them, you know, that nobody else could, you know. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So I like doing fun things like that. I like doing little surprises with my kids as much as I can. Terry says, I didn't want to know and I was shocked both times. Well, Terry, I've only been pregnant once, so I can't say that. And I suspected that I was having twins early on in my pregnancy. There were just some signs that was pointing me to the fact that I was having girls. But I never said anything to anybody about it. Everybody's like, don't you know? Don't you know? And I'm like, no, I don't know for sure. I have my suspicions, but I wasn't even going to voice them because I wanted everybody to kind of have their own opinions about it. But I did suspect it was girls very early on. But we had names picked out for 2 boys, 2 girls, and then a boy and a girl. We had all the names picked out, ready to go. So it was a lot of fun. Gazelle says, sorry, I have to leave now. Have fun, everyone. No problem. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's so good to have you here. Hopefully we will see you in a couple weeks. Again, just a reminder, there is no stream at all next week, Saturday or Sunday. Oh, Dawn, I'm so sorry to hear that. Dawn says she just found out her Aunt Artie from Cedar Rapids passed away this morning. I'm so sorry, Dawn. I'm really, really sorry to you and your family for your loss. Hopefully it was for the best and it wasn't something, something bad. Judy says, I didn't want to know either. I just prayed for healthy babies. Exactly, Judy. That's kind of where I was at with it, is I just wanted to focus on their health. I wanted everybody around me to focus on them just being healthy and happy. I didn't want to focus on, baby clothes or color schemes or any. I didn't want to focus on any of that. I just wanted to focus on their health and happiness, because as it was, I was a high-risk pregnancy because it was twins. But our family has a history of twins, and to be perfectly honest, my girls are the first surviving set of twins in my family, on my mom's side of the family. My mom's side of the family has had many, many sets of twins, but there have never been a surviving set. So, they kept a very close eye on me the whole time I was pregnant. I did all kinds of testing and things like that. I have so many pictures from ultrasounds. Oh my gosh. I think it was on ultrasounds like at least every month, at least once a month, sometimes twice. So they were very, very careful with me the whole time I was pregnant. And so that's kind of what I wanted everybody to focus on, was just them being healthy. I didn't want anyone to be focused on anything else. Hi, Patty. She says, hello, listing while I make my chichua rice pack. So she'll stop. Oh, I see. Gotcha. So she'll stop shivering. Aw, poor thing. Yes, Dawn. I know. I can understand that. She says, I do not like death because it comes in threes. Yep, it usually does. She was old and had memory problems. Well, hopefully this is a blessing for her. Hopefully she's with all your other passed away friends and family. You know, and she's in a better place. But we are truly sorry for your loss, Dawn. Aren't those chichuas? Aren't those like don't they call those flying squirrels? I feel like they call those flying squirrels out here by me. These pieces are so big, they're taking forever. That's okay though. I posted this. I posed this question out, this challenge out to you guys earlier today, but in case you missed it, I am looking for an advent calendar, a Christmas advent calendar quilt pattern. Something that I could do like a block of the month or a block of the day type of situation. I haven't done any research, so they may be out there, but if you guys have any recommendations, please send me an email, send me something on Facebook about it. Wherever you can send it to me would be great. Oh my god, hiccups. I'm looking for recommendations for an advent calendar block themed quilt for Christmas. So if you guys have any recommendations, if you've made one, if you have your own pattern that you've made, because I know a bunch of our subscribers make their own patterns. So if you've made your own, please send me a link to that either on our Facebook group or via email. Oh, Tracy, that's very kind of you to say that. Thank you. I'm glad that you're here. I'm always glad when family is here. It always makes me feel good. Mom stops in every once in a while, which is great. I love it when Mom stops in. I know our aunt watches the stream a lot. She picks up on it. She's always sending me text messages. She doesn't participate in any of the chats, but she's there, so thanks for that. But Tracy says my nephew Mason is getting restless, which is understandable. He is 3. So he's a bit of a handful. He's a bit of a handful. She's got her handful. She's got her hands full over there, so no problem. I appreciate you being here. If you can catch him, great. If not, that works too. We understand. I'm gonna actually pull this pin out. It's in my way. There we go. Mason and I have my sister does too. We all have our birthdays in January. Mine and Mason's birthdays are 3 days apart, I think. I think he's on the 15th and I'm on the 12th. So we share birthdays in the same week. Kathy says, I love Christmas advent calendars. I'm currently doing a diamond art 25 days of Christmas, having a blast. Ooh, Kathy, is that like a different block for every day? Because that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that's a different block for every day. Because I'm thinking about Vlogmas. And I'm trying to come up with something a little bit different. You know, everybody does their advent boxes and their cotton cuts, roses, holiday boxes and things like that. And everybody does that. And so I'm trying to find something a little bit different. And I was thinking an advent calendar with a block of the day might be something fun. So I'd love to know more about that. Go. I am loving this. I think it's, again, I call it a hem stitch. I think it's called a blanket stitch. I'm not sure, but I'm loving the way this is looking. It's really, really nice. I like that it's kind of anchored there. Pull these pins out. Let me pull all these pins out before I poke myself. I'm gonna end up poking myself. There we go. I hate pins. I always end up hurting myself with them. Never fails. Alright. Last corner. These are going a little bit slower than the other two because the pieces are much bigger. and I'm sewing very slowly because I'm trying to make sure that I don't get anything gummed up or things like that. So I'm just going real slow with these. Taking my time, going slow. There is nothing that says you have to go super fast all the time. The whole point is to enjoy it and have fun doing it, and if that means going slow or going fast, it's completely up to you. Oh, it's diamond art figures such as a unicorn, Santa Claus, Rudolph, and so on. Oh, okay, I got you, Kathy. Still, I bet that's beautiful. Yeah, I'm looking for an advent calendar. I really would love to see if I can find something that's got like the numbers on it, like 1 through 25 or 1 through 31. That would be really cool. Dawn says, well, she thinks she's going to scoot out early. No problem, Dawn. We appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for stopping in. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. No live stream next week. I'm doing apple picking with my kids. Excuse me. Maybe I'll post some things on Instagram for you guys to hang out with me. But otherwise, no live stream next week. And I will see you guys again the week after that. We'll be doing a Saturday stream on the 21st with a special guest. I'll have to see who that is. All right. It says the music's playing, but I'm not hearing anything. All right, this one is going to be hard to see because I did black thread on brown, but you guys can see this box down here from here to there. The saying down here is the box. So see, it looks like it kind of belongs there. You can kind of see the black a little bit, the little black thread around it. That's what it looks like. Got one more to do. Alright, one more and then we can put these blocks together. Go. Probably should have went with a blue thread on this one just so that it doesn't show up. It's not such a dark contrast on the blue fabric, but that's alright. The black will be fine. But I'll just kind of give it, hopefully it'll give it a nice neat box around it. Thank you, Terry. Terry says, Danny, that's good. Thank you. I think it turned out pretty well. I was like hemming and hawing this morning, like, how am I going to attach these? And I just decided that this stitch, I'm thinking it's called the blanket stitch. I call it a hem stitch, whatever it's called. I think that just works the best way. Somebody said overlock stitch too. I think that's also what it's called. I think it just has multiple names. My machine has over 200 stitches. I really need to start like utilizing more of them, I think. So I'm going to try and start doing more of that. Teresa, my Facebook name is Danny and the Experts. If you do !FB in chat, it'll give you a link. Or if you say FB, it gives you, Streamlabs gives you the link anyway. There you go. You may have to answer a question or two. It is a private group, and that's just for security reasons, so we don't get spammed. You have to answer a question or two. They're really easy quilting questions. And then if you are friends with another member of the group, it will automatically approve you. But if you are not friends with another member of the group, then it does have to go through a quick approval process. But Lucas or I can take care of that for you pretty quickly. We do keep it as a private group because just for security reasons, so we're not spammed with a bunch of creepy stuff that happens. If Lucas is on, he can get you approved. If not, I can take care of it after the stream. I love seeing what you guys are working on, so I'm always encouraging you guys to post stuff on that group, because unfortunately only I can post stuff on our YouTube channel. I wish that we could collab a little bit more on that stuff, but we can't. So we use Facebook as a way for me to be able to see what you guys are working on, you know, because I love to see that stuff. And also I like to post questions out there, you know, like right now I'm looking for an advent calendar pattern, things like that. So I also keep up to with events up there too. So if I'm working with another creator on something, if there's an interview going on or whatever, I also try to post that on our Facebook group as well. So if you do utilize Facebook and you would like to become a member of our group, I strongly recommend it just to kind of keep up with the channel. I try to post in like 5 different places whenever anything fun happens, but sometimes I forget one, and I hate the fact that I've left anyone out. So that's why I push the Facebook one the most, because that is the one that I utilize the most. I'm trying to get better at my Instagram game. I'm really trying. It's not easy. Thank you, Lucas. Lucas says he's already approved you in the group, so welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I said, Lucas is the moderator on that on our Facebook group as well as on our YouTube channel. So if there's ever a question, obviously you can get a hold of me, but you can also get a hold of Lucas as well. He is awesome. There are days where I just don't know that I would have a channel without his support. He helps me out so much. This last month with the mailing stuff, he actually is the one that took it to the post office for me because he's just that awesome. So I really can't thank him enough. He really helps me out a ton. Just a ton. Okay, so for these pieces, these are really big pieces. I mean, they go basically the whole size of the block. So I'm doing the top and the bottom, and then I'm going back and doing the sides. And so then that way it lays nice and flat, because as you're sewing, it might skew a little bit, you know, because this t-shirt fabric is just so wonky. And it is stabilized, so it shouldn't move too much, but it still moves a little bit. So I have found if I do the top and the bottom first, then go back and do the sides, that seems to be working the best for me. Lucas, yes, I think Lucas says hopefully everybody got their stuff. I think I got responses from everybody that they all got it, so. Most of them sent me an email or tagged me on Instagram that they received it, so. I can't wait till they make those projects and post pictures. Our next, excuse me, our next big prize like that, our next big subscribe, I can't talk today. I can't talk today. Our next big subscriber giveaway will be at 750 subscribers, which is, it's, you know, 250 away from where we're at right now, or 245, I guess. So it'll be a little while before that happens, I'm sure, but that will be the next one. I have to change the bar up there. I haven't changed it yet. Judy, welcome to the Facebook group. Lucas says you've also been approved, so welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The last time I checked, we were at 84 or 85 members, so that's pretty cool. On the Facebook group, that's really cool. One of the other things that I'm going to hopefully get out here soon is an Etsy store. It's not going to be like, you know, anything super big and exciting. You guys know that I made a bunch of those scrunchies. So we'll probably have those up there. And then those pencil cases that we made with Susie last week. I have a couple of extras of those that I'm going to throw up there, and then that way anything that gets sold through the Etsy store, those funds that are will be put back into the channel for you know, fabric and patterns and things like that. So once that's up and running, I'll let you guys know. If you're interested, obviously there's no obligation to make any purchases of any kind. It's just another way to try and help support the channel, because there are some expenses with the channel. Nothing crazy. I'm not a big spender by any means, but you know, to help fund new projects and things like that. Judy said, "You're welcome. I knew you had one, but I had trouble finding it." No problem, Judy. Yeah, I do put links at the bottom of all of my videos to our Facebook in the description of all of my videos and all of my live streams. So if you check the description of any of my videos, you'll also see it there. My email address, my Instagram, and my Facebook are all there. I want you guys to get a hold of me if you need me for anything or you want to chat about anything. I want you to be able to find me. I'm not the kind of person that's going to hide like some people do. I want to chat with you guys. I mean, the whole point of this channel was to make friends. And the only way to make friends is to be able to talk to them. so I try and make it so it's easy for you guys to get in touch with me. Teresa says she found a calendar pattern. Oh, Teresa, that is awesome. If you could email that to me or share it in Facebook, that'd be great. I'd love to check it out. I'm trying to come up with something, so that would be fantastic. As long as it's a block style pattern. I don't want anything that's a applique or embroidery. I would prefer a block style pattern. Just because I'm thinking of doing like a block of the day kind of thing for my Vlogmas. So I need it to be something that's fairly easy to make. So we'll see. And then I also, once I pick out what I'm going to do, I want to make sure that I let you guys know in case you guys want to follow along with it. So. Excuse me. But Teresa, yeah, if you could share that with me either on Facebook or via email, that'd be great. If you do ! email in chat, you can get my email address, or ! FB in chat for my Facebook. If you're not already a member, sorry. Ugh, much better. My throat was going all dry. What happens when you talk so much? I joke about it all the time, but talking is definitely my superpower. I think everybody's got one. Talking is mine, that's for sure. How many hours of watch time do I need? Lucas, I need a lot. I need like 800 hours. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not really focused on it. Lucas is asking, so at 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, we get memberships open up on Facebook, which is a way for people to contribute to the channel and another way for me to say thank you to contributors of the channel. So Lucas and I are kind of keeping an eye on that. We've got some ideas of things we want to do for that, but we have to wait till we get to a certain level. And so he was asking, we have the 500 subscribers, yay! But we need the watch hours as well. It's 3,000 watch hours per calendar year per 365 days, and we are at 2,200 hours, I think. So yeah, it's quite a ways off, Lucas. That's okay. We'll get there eventually. I'm not super worried about it right now. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The point of this channel has never been to make money. It has been to make friends, and I think that I've already achieved that goal, and then some. So that's really all I'm focused on, is making new friends, hanging out with you guys, making some fun projects. You know, if we're able to make enough money to support the channel at some point in time in the future, great. If not, that's okay too. We do have a couple of regular contributors to the channel, and I'm so grateful to them for being contributors, monetary contributors to the channel. It's definitely not something that's required, or even something that I really ever mention, because I don't want anyone to think that they're obligated to do that. But I am super grateful to those people. They know who they are, and they help fund a lot of our expenses, and they also help us with projects. So I'm really, really grateful to them. I don't usually mention it, like I said, because I don't want anyone to think that they need to feel obligated to participate in any of that, because they don't. Yes, that is the best way that you can help out the channel, is just by watching. That is absolutely true, Sandra. Just by watching, just by liking, that is the only thing I ever ask from anyone, is just to watch. Anything else after that is just an added bonus. Alright, so we got the 2 blocks done. Let me show you what this one looks like. This one you can see it a little bit better. You can see that block, the square that goes all the way around. There you go. Alright, so now we can put these blocks together. Now, my sister, she's not here anymore, but she had asked me how I laid these out. And this is kind of how I did it the last time. So let's grab the rest of the blocks. There's quite a few of these. So we might actually have to make 2 of these because of the amount of blocks that are here. So, alright, so I've got a brown one. Now I've got a blue one. A green one. And there's a black one. And blue one we'll go with again. Actually, trying to make it scrappy, but I really only have 3 colors to work with, so I think it's going to end up being a pattern anyway. So let's do a gray then. And then a green. Actually, no, I don't want a green. I want a blue. A blue. Then a green. My phone is blowing up with emails. Thank you guys so much for all the emails. I promise I will get to all of them after the stream. And then a black one. And then another blue one. Okay, so now this is probably way too big for 1 table runner because the blocks are much bigger. So I'm going to start with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 here, so I can do 1 block of 4, 1 block of 5. So let's try the 4, see how big that is, and then maybe we'll go from there. So first thing I want to do is I actually want to switch these out. I've got the 2 blocks that I made with the extra pieces right next to each other, and I don't want to do that. Like I said, I try to be a little scrappy about it, so I'm just going to switch those out real quick. That one there, this one here. Where they look a little bit better. There we go. Green and black right next to each other. I'm wanting to break that up a little bit. I did blue, green, black, and now I did blue, green, black, and I don't like patterns like that. So I'm gonna try and switch this up a little bit. I like it to be a little bit more unpatterned. So we're gonna do a green, a blue, and then a black. That way we're kind of breaking it up a little bit. There we go. She says it has numbers, but it looks like it's appliqued, and the rest is blocks. Okay, well I'll take a look at it either way. Maybe we can work out something. I appreciate you passing the information along though. We'll take a look and see if it works. I'm just reorganizing the blocks here. I don't like the. I try not to put 2 blues together, 2 greens together. Try not to put the 2 blacks too close together. There we go. I think that worked. So I've got a brown, and then a blue, and then a green, and then a black, and then a blue, and then a gray, and then a green, and then a blue, and then a black again. That's better. That looks a little bit more random. They're not really spaced that evenly. That should be good. Oh, Naomi is redeeming a random notion. Remember, you're probably going to have 2 or 1 really long one. Yep, Judy. Yeah, that's basically this is gonna go. I'm gonna put at least 4 blocks together. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a table runner of 5 and a table runner of 4. We're gonna put 4 together, see how long that is, and go from there. So, congratulations, Naomi, on redeeming that notion. We will get that all set up for you and get it ready for you in the mail. We will mail them out at the end of the month, so you'll have plenty of time to redeem more on the next live stream. You can only redeem 1 type of notion per live stream, so you can redeem multiple prizes, but only 1 type of prize per stream. So you can only redeem 1 notion, but you could redeem a fat quarter if you wanted, or any of those things. So let me grab this real quick. I need to change out my presser foot. Got warm in here. So. There we go. Turn the fan on. It got a little warm in here all of a sudden. Alright, let's go ahead and put these together. See what they look like. Go. There we go. A little bit faster. 2 blocks. Three blocks. Just before it falls on the floor. Lands on my toes, because that's totally what would happen. Go. The techno music I'm listening to it sounds very similar to my notifications for new subscribers and Notion redemption, so I keep having to look up at the screen to see what's happening. It's a lot of fun. Alright, there is number 3. Let's just make sure that worked right. Yep, that's number 3. Alright, here's number 4. This is going to tell us about how long these are. And yeah, I think 4 and 5 is probably going to be plenty long enough for each of these. So it's a good thing that I redid this the way I did it. Because, yeah, otherwise it's going to be huge. And I don't want anything too huge. Now, I could have doubled them up. I could have done like 2 rows and just made it wide for like a big table. But I don't want a tablecloth. I want a table runner. So we're going to have We're gonna have 2. Which is kind of what I thought, but I wanted to utilize the as much of the pieces as I could, so. The next time we come back to this project, which will be in a few weeks, we're going to be able to start doing the, I will have the backing and the batting fabric, the batting all cut up and ready to go. And we'll be able to start putting that together. It'll be lots of fun. The idea is to have these ready by Christmas, and I think that that is a reasonable goal. So this is 4 blocks. So yeah, so this 5 block one's gonna be huge, but so this is 4 blocks. That's what this 4 block one looks like. I like it. So far, so good. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold this one up for right now. Set that one aside, and then sew up the other one. Goes over here. This one to that one. Great. Judy's checking her thimbles balance. Seeing how many thimbles she's won today. We are just about done with what we wanted to get done. We wanted to achieve today. I wanted to get the table runner tops completed today. And I'm happy to report that we are going to achieve that goal today, because most of the time we don't achieve our goals. Now, either I screw something up somewhere and have to pull everything apart, or I overestimate or underestimate how much time it's going to take me to do something, or you know, we're just distracted chatting, and we don't get done. So it's just kind of the way it goes. I set a goal for every stream, and sometimes we achieve it and sometimes we don't. You know, we take the wins where we can get them. We absolutely take the wins where we can get them. There we go. Naomi wants to know, so where do we go apple picking, and any pie tips? We go apple picking up in Wisconsin. There is an orchard up there in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin that we go to. It is called the Old Orchard. I think you can look it up on Facebook. That's where we go. It's a place that we were going to every year for a while, and then they closed. The family, we thought the family, you know, there was like something happened with the family, and so they closed. And so so then we were trying to find other places to go to, and we haven't really found a place that we like. We've been all over the place looking. We were in Ohio last year. We were all over the place, and we're not looking for commercial. I mean, we don't have any little kids, so we're not looking for, the corn mazes and the pumpkin patch is great, but we're not looking for the hay rides and the carnival rides and the, pig races and all. We're not looking for any of that. We want to go to an orchard, pick our own apples, and come home. That is what we are looking for. So, for us, we're not looking for all that commercial stuff, basically, because we don't really have, well, I shouldn't say we don't have any little kids. We have my nephew, who's a little kid. Obviously, he's 3. But we don't have enough little kids in the family anymore to warrant that type of an expense or that type of an outing. So my sister usually takes him on her own. We do apple picking. I don't necessarily have any pie tips. I make a caramel apple pie when I make my apple pie. I don't just make an apple pie, I make a caramel apple pie. And so I use instead of white sugar, I use brown sugar. And then I do a streusel topping before I put the pie crust over the top. So we do a brown sugar instead of white sugar. We use 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream in the mixture because we pre-cook the apples a little bit. We slice them up really thin. We throw them in a frying pan with some butter, and then we put the brown sugar in there with it and a couple of tablespoons of whipping cream to kind of thicken it up a little bit. And then we let that cool to room temperature. Then we pour that into the pie crust. And before we put the pie crust on the top, we take Heath bars and we pound them with a hammer. In a Ziploc bag, we pound them with a hammer to break them up really small. And we mix that up with a little bit of flour just so it kind of makes it easier to spread out a little bit. We mix it with a little bit of flour and a little bit more sugar. There's a lot of sugar in this. And then we sprinkle that all over the top of the pie, and then we put our pie crust on the top. And you can do your pie crust however you want. I personally like to put mine on there, and I cut a hole in a little star in the center, and then I just do little slots. My mom has this Pampered Chef pie press thing that has all these little cute little apple cutouts and stuff. It's like a cookie cutter but for pie crust. She's got one of those that she uses for hers. And I've seen people do the lattice too. I'm not a big fan of the lattice. My aunt, I think, does the lattice. I just don't have that kind of patience, but she does that. And then we bake it in the oven. And then we bake it in the oven. We cover it in tin foil, bake it in the oven cover the top of it in tin foil, bake it in the oven for 20 minutes on 450, and then we bring the temperature down to 350, and we cook it the rest of the time in the oven. And so what happens is that Heath bar streusel on the top of it that we sprinkled on the top kind of melts in throughout, so that when you cut into it, you get this ooey gooey caramely chocolate sweetness to it, because the Heath bar really kind of softens up and melts, and oh my gosh, totally not good for diabetics, but it is worth the time. It is so good. It was a recipe that my mom found online many years ago, and you could probably find it online too if you're looking for it. It's called a caramel apple pie. It is so good. Oh, I don't have any thread. My thread died at some point. Excuse me. At some point in time, my thread came undone. Let's see. Kathy says, I'm so excited I started walking again after 2.5 years. I put on my prosthetic leg and took about 15 steps. I will be walking again before you know it. Oh, Kathy, that is so great to hear that. That is awesome. I am so happy to hear that. Naomi says she's got a really good pick your own apples place in Julian, California. I bet. Oh, I'm yummy. Kathy, that is such great news. We're so happy for you. We're so excited. Yeah, Terry says, you can't sew without thread, but at least it looks neat. Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It kind of came apart. So I'm going to go ahead and rethread that real quick. We want to get this last piece sewn up together because this is the last block to put together. And then we will finish out our stream here. All this for half a block left. It's okay though. That's alright. We'll get through it. There we go. Go. Alright. Oh, Kathy, no need to thank me. We're just so proud of you and so excited for your recovery. So excited for you, for your success. All right. All right, there we go. Terry says she hasn't gone apple picking in forever, but she gets because she can't climb trees. Well, we don't really climb the trees. The orchard that we go to, the trees are actually pretty short. They're pretty small trees. They really do a great job of accommodating families, you know. And I've got teenage kids, so they can climb the trees. They can climb the trees. All right, so here is our 5-block one. It's a little long, but that's all right. It'll be nice for a buffet. Or if they have a nice big table. So there we go. There's that one. I think it's awesome. Are all the blocks going in the right direction? I think I tried to make sure. All right. So the next time we come back to this project, we will be taking the backing and the batting and putting it together. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do any batting. I probably will. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I'm gonna definitely do a pull-through method. I know that for sure. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna do any batting in it because the batting with the pull-through method can be a little bit of a. Well, it's not usually too bad. So we'll see. But there we go. We have 3 table runners, 3 t-shirt table runners that we're gonna be putting together. I've got all the backing fabric ready. I just need to get it cut. I have the hiccups again. I just need to get it cut along with the batting for it, and then we can actually start to do a pull-through method for it, and then we'll go ahead and start quilting it. So I'm thinking probably at least 2 more episodes. The quilting might take a little while to do both of these, to do all 3 of these, so we might have to do 3 episodes. The next episode for this particular project is not going to come until November, and then we might end up having to do a couple weeks in a row of it to kind of get it done. My goal was to have this done by Thanksgiving. I don't know that I'm going to achieve that. I know I will definitely have them done by Christmas, or at least I'll have the Christmas one done by Christmas. I'm hoping to actually have all 3 of them. I was really hoping to have all 3 of them done by Thanksgiving, but it is what it is. Terry says, wow, Danny, that came out great. Yes, it did, Terry. It did come out great, yeah. Terry says, so very easy on YouTube, just how to do the batting and pulling it through. I've done it before. Basically, you just make sure that the batting is the same width, and then you just cut, you know, around the edges so it's nice and secure on those 3 sides, and then pull it through. So it does work. It's just a little more challenging sometimes. Now, the other option that we have that we could do is we could do a quilt as you go, where we just take the. We could do a quilt as you go, but I just don't want to. I'm trying to do a pull-through method. I don't want to have to do a binding on this because I'm trying to keep it as flat as I can. It's intended for a table, you know, a Christmas table or things like that. So I'm trying to keep it as flat as I can. Excuse me. So the dishes and stuff like that, when it gets set on there, it's not like all wonky. And with a binding, because of the bulk of a binding when you're folding it over and things like that, I just don't want that bulk there. So that's why I'm trying to do a pull-through method. I'm trying to keep it as flat as I can, and that's also why I did those pieces like the way I did, so then that way they don't fray up too much, so it tries to stay as flat as it can. Terry says, don't stress yourself over it. Oh no, I'm not going to. I just like to kind of plan ahead a little bit and think it through, but I don't think I'm going to have it done by Thanksgiving. It's just kind of the way it is. we did take a couple of weeks off there for little things anyway and had to reschedule for some stuff, so it is what it is. It should be fine though, and we'll get through it. Alright, well that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just a reminder one more time, there are no live streams next week, but I will see you guys the week after that. I've posted a schedule everywhere I can think of to post on. The next time we come back together will be on a Saturday stream. It'll be starting at 6:30 Central instead of 5:30 Central. We're going to go an hour later. So we're going to be a little bit more of a late night. And we will have a special guest. I'm not 100% sure what our project's going to be, but I have a pretty good idea. I just have to find some patterns for it. There's some other fun things coming up on the channel here soon. I don't know any specifics on those just yet. I'm hoping to have that information here in the next few days, and I will post it on our Facebook group as soon as I know about it so that you guys can know about it as well. So keep an eye there. Keep an eye out there. Keep an eye on our community page so you can see what's happening and what's going on in the channel. As always, thank you to everybody that posts pictures and contributes on our Facebook group. I love seeing what you guys are working on. It keeps me inspired and keeps me moving, and you guys have some fantastic ideas. If you're looking for something fun to do on a Monday during the day, make sure you check out Kathy's Facebook group. Sandra posts a new block every week over the weekend so that you guys work on that Monday. They're all free patterns, all online, so you guys can have a lot of fun with that. So make sure you head over there and check that out. You can do !Kathy in chat to get access to her YouTube, and from there you'll be able to figure out what her Facebook is. I think it's Kathy and Friends is I think what it's called. Alright guys, as always, thank you again so much for joining me. I was looking for my mouse. And I will see you guys again in a couple of weeks. Have a great one. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
I want you to jump like you trying to get stuck in the air. If you feeling so late and don't care. Shorty beating her face in the mirror, up in the air. I want you to jump, 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 jump. Up in the air, I want you to jump.